As far as on the note is, copy and pasting, kind of, the playbook and scaling in new markets. Are there any recent examples of, maybe earlier stage marketplaces you've seen or, worked with or maybe, advise that have done this really well? And maybe sharing a little bit about, what that playbook is like that they've used?
Yeah, definitely. Well, there's a couple of companies that we've invested in recently that I can talk about. One that I love and might, and actually some of you guys may even be customers, is a company called Nash. And what it is it's let me just actually, it's like basically it's usenash.com. So
I can put it in the chat right here.
Okay, yeah. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I found it. Right. Yeah, exactly. It's this one. Yeah, and so what they do is they basically they've created a set of APIs and apps so that on one side of the network, it is couriers and like fleets. So these are kind of like delivery, folks, and like think of this as kind of the long tail of delivery providers that exist in every city. And so this is like bike messengers. This is trucks with refrigeration in them. This is all sorts of people. And then on the flip side, on the other side is basically everybody from florists and kind of small businesses and also apps, right? So basically, if you wanted to add delivery to your app, you could implement them in an API and integrate it into your app, and then that way you wouldn't have to recruit drivers yourself. So that's another really good one. And so for this, what I really enjoyed about it, the way that the founders talk about their business is it's both geographical and digital in its own way. Because if you think about it, the networks on the supply side, on the labor side, which is the delivery, ultimately you actually have to go city within a city and just call down and basically just use sales, right? I think one of the things that you find about working with the hard side of the market is you often ends up being very sales driven. And so you're just calling down all these providers, which is what the team's done. On the flip side, what you end up doing on the demand side is a lot of these are small businesses, a lot of these are apps, a lot of these are startups, and they exist not necessarily in a geography. Part of what they want to do is they want to build a new app that basically can deliver it anywhere. And so in that case, those networks are built on a sort of category by category basis, whether that's like healthcare and you're delivering COVID tests, or whether that's food and you're working with food delivery providers. There's kind of lots of different ways, but that's an example of a recent investment of ours that has approached it in a very interesting way.
Yeah, that's a great example. And when you mention being a sales led or sales driven, you got quite a few nods here in the group chat. So I think a lot of us here can relate to that.
Well, it's funny. I mean, I think we ended up talking about that at Uber all the time, where the operating team that would basically run a city was kind of a trio of people. It was the general manager who oversaw the entire region. Then there was a driver operations, which was basically a very sales driven, very hands-on, very quantitative. And then there was a marketing manager who tended to be more on the demand side. And that person tended to be much more broadcast and demand and social media and performance marketing. And so I think that's one of the hardest things about marketplace companies is you ultimately have to master all the skills needed to be a successful consumer business and all the skills needed to be a successful B2B company. And then you overlay, fintech, and you also overlay international, and you overlay all the other things. It's one of the most complex business models, out there, which is part of the fun.